Johnson to discuss some further information about reading recovery and some of the research that you've done in that, and I'll start over here.
Okay, we looked over the reading scores. Students that were administered the test in first grade and compared to what the results were in the test in third grade. Students from school years 04, 05, and 05, and, 03, 04, and 04, 05 from first to second grade. At the students that were in reading recovery, their reading level improved 1.4 grade levels. So if they were at 1.2 in first grade before reading recovery, they would have been at an average of 3.6 the next year. No, 2.6 the next year, sorry. We looked at students who had reading recovery in years 01, 02, 02, 03, and 03, 04. We looked at their improvement of reading levels from first grade and then in third grade. Over the 2-year period, there was an average of 2.5 years improvement. I would also hate to see reading recovery cut. I would hate to see anything cut. We were asked to give a list of what possibilities were and try to justify, where cuts could be made. When we looked at the research, there wasn't huge improvement in scores as we would have expected from a one-on-one program. Of course, we don't have the data of what the improvement would have been if they didn't have reading recovery. So we understand that, and we're not sitting here saying that this is not a program that works, but looking at the scores, trying to figure out how much it did work.
I've gotten questions, and I'll let you jump in also in a minute to demystify some of this, because some of the questions that I've gotten. First of all, reading recovery is 14 kids times 2, so 28 kids a year.
Right.
And the other portion is that, let's talk about...
Last year it was 14 kids for the entire year.
Okay, so the entire
There
year
were
was
7
14.
and 7. And because reading recovery was cut, a .2 basic skills teacher was put in to hopefully try to meet some of the needs of the students who wouldn't have reading recovery.
Okay, and reading recovery, you do not, I just want to make sure I have this right, you do not have to be classified special ed in order to be in basic skills. So that's a fallacy that because somebody had said to me that if you were in reading recovery, you were regular ed student. If you were in basic skills, you were special ed student. My understanding
the reading recovery
is that is not the case.
That's not the case. The reading recovery program and our basic skills program at Gillette School services children within the general education population, and yes, they are intertwined. Again, we don't want to cut the reading recovery program. It's a phenomenal program. We were asked. We really have no choice but to put everything out there. Potential cuts. The reading recovery program, as Dr. Weatherell stated, services approximately 14 students a year versus the basic skills program, which can service anywhere from 25 students, depending on individual needs. The basic skills program is structured in a way that students receive support individually, small group, and in class. Again, serving the general education population. We don't want to cut any of our programs.
So the concept is that you would not have reading recovery, but there would be increased basic skills.
Yes.
So it's not like it just simply goes away. It's being handled in a different manner.
Yes, to service more children.
Anything else that either of you could add to help clarify?
Well, I think anytime we came down with a cut, it was, is the program going to be cut, or are we going to have 27 kids in a homeroom? And that's what we have to keep coming back to. If this program is not cut, well, then are we going to cut a first grade teacher and spread those kids out to that class? And that's something else that we